3, 2, 1. Hey everybody, it is Tony and I am back with a brand new video today. Over the weekend, while I was out at that card shop in downtown Fredericksburg, Virginia, I also visited some antique stores. They didn't have a lot. I was at 3 or 4 antique stores. One of them only did have cards. And let me show you those prices that this antique store wanted for baseball cards. I was able to come out of that store with one box of cards and looked at a couple of singles, but his prices were crazy. Take a look at those. Who in the world is going to pay for those prices? Crazy. All right, back to what I picked up now. I picked up 1990 Fleer, the 10th anniversary box. I'm the one that put tape on it. The box was intact when I bought it, but apparently I'm a crazy driver and it came apart in the drive home. So let's open it up and see what we get. Hopefully I get the Jose Uribe card and I become at least a billionaire, right? With that card. Alright everybody, sorry about that. Had some tripod issues. My tripod broke just as I was about ready to start film. Well, I was filming, and so I'm back. Alright, let's open up these 1990 Fleer. Alright, there's a pack. Pretty solid. Looking for the Jose Uribe. Well, that's not a bad card on the back. This Coleman's pretty good. Fred Lynn towards the end of his career. Brady Anderson, young card. Jim Deshaies. And then Deion Sanders. And it is his rookie card. So not bad for the first pack. 1990 Fleer was the first big box of cards that I had bought myself. My neighbor was a member of Sam's Club, and they were like $20 back in 1990, and I had $20 back as a kid, gave it to him, and he came back with a box of 1990 Fleer for me. 1990, 89, 90, 91, 92. It was all the height of my collecting. I would save up 50 cents, and then I'd run down to the grocery store, about 2.5 blocks from where I grew up, and I would buy a pack of cards. 53 cents with the tax. Mulholland. Another Tommy Green. David Cohn. David Cohn had a good career. Alright, another good card on the back here. I was never a fan of this Braves logo. I like the solid A. Steve Lyons. Will Clark. Thorne and Cub fan sides back in the day. Bob Melvin, a manager. Was a manager. Jose Canseco. Carlton Fisk. Javier Palmero and Dale Murphy. I have almost a complete set of 1990 Fleer. So I'm hoping that this will get me even closer to finishing the set. Charlton, Cal Ripken Jr., Derek Kennedy, Sutcliffe, the Red Baron, Paul Molitor. Eric Shaw. Who are these rookie prospects? Stu Tate and Greg Smith. Don't remember either of them. How about you? Move my box a little bit closer. Show you what's on the wax here. Be the first to collect a limited edition Fleer baseball card set. Fleer 1990 All-Star Team. 12 cards randomly packed in the wax. League standouts. Maybe you can have a giveaway here. Mini album, only $5. No thanks. How about the Yankee trivia questions? True or false, the Yankees have won more World Series championships than any other club in league history? Nah, I'll just say no, even though I know it's true. Jim Abbott. Not a second year card. He pitched almost 82 innings in 1989. John Smiley, Kirby Puckett, Sid Bream, another Vince Coleman. If anybody wants some of these 1990 Fleers to finish your set, if you haven't already, let me know. I'll be happy to send these to you. We're going to trade, because I still need to finish this set once I get it all set up and figured out which cards I don't have. That 88 Topps set that wax box that I opened up, left me about 20 or 30 cards shy of completing the set. So it was close, but still a little short. Hershiser. Rubén Sierra. He was a good ball player for a short time. Remember, me and my friends we always liked Rubén Sierra cards. Don't know why. We didn't grow up in Texas. We just liked Rubén Sierra. Maybe it was before his bat stance or something. I don't know. Too long ago to remember. Don Slott was a serviceable catcher for a few years. Nolan Ryan. Kenny Hill. Billy Ripken. Gary Carter. Another Sid Bream card. When I was at that card store over the weekend and my video from yesterday, he doesn't deal with a lot of old wax, is what he told me. He said that just so many people like myself and others in the YouTube world have just bought it up. And I was just really shocked there's that rookie card again. I was just shocked that, we're all chasing the old wax that we were chasing as kids. Well, not weird, but maybe we're feeling nostalgic. Lenny Dykstra. Jose Akindo. A lot of Cardinal fans were hoping that he'd be the manager this year for the Redbirds. Cardinals had a really awful May. At last check, they were like 5-14 in the month of May or something like that. It's so bad. I mean, not that I'm complaining as a Cub fan. I mean, hope they lose every game. Every single game. Rookie prospects here: Derek May, Mike Roessler, Juan González, Rigetti, Eric Anthony. Eric Anthony could hit. He was one of those 4A players, could hit a ton in AAA and never put it together in the majors. Remember when the Cubs played the Astros back then, Dave Winfield, I believe it was him. They had a special seat made for Eric Anthony because it was just a humongous shot in the Astrodome. They marked it orange or something like that. Every other seat was, blue or something. I don't remember. Omar Vizquel. But he could hit a ton. RFK Stadium is marked with a bunch of odd color seats because of Frank Howard. If you've ever been to RFK Stadium, it's kind of cool to see just these moonshots, or where these moonshots took place, and where Frank Howard left his impact in that stadium. A lot of doubles already. King Griffey Jr. It didn't seem like they varied very much, these cards. Never liked this Phillies logo either. I like their current logo, Lance Johnson. He was a speedster. Jesse Orosco, he pitched for several years. Bill Buckner's last year was 1990, I'm pretty sure, from what I read. I'm not sure if there is a Bill Buckner card in the 1990 set. Maybe there is. A lot of people were pretty mad on social media yesterday. USA Today, its headline after Bill Buckner's passing was Bill Buckner dies at 69, best remembered for error in 1986 World Series. Like, that was kind of harsh that the USA Today would, do that or say that about, a man who had 2,700 hits in his career and basically was 300 hits away from being a Hall of Famer. And I mean, honestly, there was a Game 7 to be played in 1986. So, yeah, his error might have cost the Red Sox in Game 6. But, he had a Game 7 to blow, too. It's like blaming Steve Bartman for the Game 6 loss against the Marlins for the Cubs. I mean, you can't do it. There was still a Game 7 to be played. And I'm glad the Cubs reached out to Bartman after the 16 World Series and gave him a World Series ring. I mean, that was kind of cool of them. And it was a good gesture, and understand that he didn't want to be on TV. He didn't want to make a big deal out of it, and Caminiti there. So, just these people that get blamed for stuff that shouldn't be blamed for. Von Hayes used to coach in the minor leagues in South Bend. He signed a few cards for me back when he was a manager for the South Bend then Silverhawks. Back when they were affiliated with the Diamondbacks. Oh, some of these cards seem searched. I don't know. Getting a couple Omar Vizquels there in that one pack. I don't know if Fleer did that, but They were $6. This box is $6. I can't complain too much. Vance Law. Anybody need a TTM? Heard he's a good one for that. And these rookies, Steve Fry and Mike Huff. Thanks for keeping tuned in, guys. Joey Cora. Dick Schofield. Saw David Wells pitch one time back when he was with the White Sox. Barry Bonds back when he was skinny. David Wells lasted like 2/3 of an inning. Was just absolutely annihilated. I think he was basically pitching on painkillers because he had his wisdom teeth pulled that same day. Guy was an oddball, that's for sure. Ron Darling. I don't mind Ron Darling's broadcasting with TBS. Barry Larkin. Mark Grace, second year card. Or third year card. I think I really like Ron Darling's broadcasting. He's grown on me a lot. Gary Sheffield. That's his third year too. Tony Gwynn. Another rookie card, Mark Gardner and Scott Hemond. Andres Galarraga. Another Dave Winfield. White. About 12 packs left. Andre Dawson. Gary Sheffield. Have not pulled the $250,000 card yet, so maybe this box is searched and they pulled it out and they put it on eBay immediately. I don't know. Paul O'Neill. I already have the card. I have one of them. Back when I bought this box in 1990. Remember, I had another $20 saved up, so my neighbor could buy me a box again and of another, whatever it was, Topps, cool, Bo Jackson, Darren Jackson. But my parents wouldn't let me. They thought I was wasting money on cards too much. What do they know? What do parents know? I'm just glad my parents never threw away my baseball cards. When I was a teenager, back in the 90s, I bought a lot of jerseys. Basketball jerseys, football jerseys, baseball jerseys. Well, I didn't have too many of baseball jerseys. They were rather expensive. But I had a lot of football and basketball jerseys, and my parents threw them out. When they, about 5-6 years ago, they were cleaning up my old bedroom, and they were in a bag to go down to the basement because I was gonna get them later, and my parents just took them and threw them out. Well, gave them to Goodwill, I believe. Bly 11. I still give my parents crap for throwing out my stuff. Because you always hear, mom and dad throw out baseball cards from from the 50s and 60s, and there were rookie cards, Mickey Mantle rookie cards, and that kind of stuff. I mean, mine was just jerseys, and they're not worth anything, but, you know, since old jerseys are cool nowadays. Ryan Sandberg. And Alan Trammell. Rhino, Andre Dawson, Sean Dunson. Big Sammy Sosa fan. These are my guys back in the 90s and 80s. Craig Biggio, his son, just made it. Saw both Craig Biggio's sons, Connor and Kevin, play at Notre Dame. Kevin was much better than Connor. When Connor was drafted, it was pretty much as a favor to Craig. He was mostly a bench player with Notre Dame. Kevin, as I said, was by far the better player of the two brothers. Mike Scioscia's son also played at Notre Dame. Backup catcher, didn't play very much. Maybe a weekday game here and there. Joe Oliver saw it. Watched him manage in the Red Sox organization last year. But Scioscia's son, again, never played. Wouldn't normally see the light of day. He was drafted by the Angels, again, pretty much as a favor to his dad, Mike. I don't think he made it past AA, AAA, or whatever. But teams do use those late round picks as favors. Some do turn into Hall of Famers, as Mike Piazza does. He did. He was drafted as a favor, and Tommy Lasorda, and made it all the way. Sometimes it happens. Other times, you know, you end up like Connor Biggio, and you toad around in the minor leagues for a couple of years, and you're never going to make it. Which is fine. And I never made it past middle school baseball. Or very young Larry Walker. Would say that would be his rookie card. Only played in 20 games in 1989. Gibson. All right, last two packs. I'll wrap this up. Again, thank you to everybody for staying tuned and watching me open 1990 Fleer. Another rookie card. Pair that didn't make it. Last pack. Oh, and there's cards on the back. You can see those: Tony Gwynn, Tim Belcher, Kevin Mitchell. Dropped my last pack. And it doesn't look like we'll get the Jose Uribe card. Such is life. Won't become rich on eBay. All right, that's it. Thank you, everybody, for staying tuned and watch me open up the 1990 Fleer set. Another reminder about the 50 sub giveaway coming up here at the end of the week, May 31st. Here it is, the Diospel Arias Broken Bat. All you have to do is subscribe to my channel, comment on the video and the link in the description, and you must comment and like that video that's in the description. Otherwise, you are not eligible to win. May 31st, comment and subscribe by 11 a.m. Eastern Time on May 31st. I will do the video at noon on Friday with the drawing. Thanks again, everybody, for watching. I'll be back tomorrow. Have a good one.